Welcome to HDPP Live on a
Monday
Saturday night to the UK and around the world with photos, memories and friends. This is HDPP Live. How are you this evening? Are you all well?
Hinckley District has the present for you, meeting friends old and new. Streaming Wednesdays and Saturdays too, with founder members Paul and Sue. The smiles that we bring are a heritage thing. HDPP, keeping history alive. HDPP, streaming HDPP live. Where the memories survive. HDPP, streaming HDPP live. Film clips, photos, memories and friends helps a dreary night go by. We're in Hinckley, six of the best, stupendous quizzical high. The smiles that we bring are a heritage thing. HDPP, keeping history alive. HDPP, streaming HDPP live. Where local memories survive. HDPP, streaming HDPP live. Let's take you back in time. A community affair. We'll take you for a ride. Henson's cab will take you there. We're making history. HDPP, chat room applauses. History supporting local causes. Streaming HDPP live. Betty is our queen bee. The sweetest honey candy. Dangerous Den here again. HDPP live. Hey, you know we keep it in HDPP.
Oh, they're good. They get better every week. Hello, good evening. Welcome to a wonderful, a lovely sunny evening over the whole country. So if you're watching from afar, listen, we're basking. We're basking in a heat wave, and my word, but as long as it doesn't get as hot as it was the other week. God, don't want that. But the next few days going to be really warm as well, but hopefully nowhere near as that awful 40. Oh, God. Anyway, welcome along. It's Hinckley District Past and Present live. Yes, here on this Monday evening. We've only got about, about another 3 Mondays, and then we're back to Saturdays. Yeah? Who wants a Saturday night, I'm sure? Yes, they want the Saturdays back. Which means no going out Saturday nights. You've got to stay in if I'm moving back to Saturday nights, my word. Yep, that's all coming up soon. Brand new look for the broadcast and everything. Looking forward to bringing that to you then. And as you can see already in the chat room, loads of people, even Mrs. Poldark's got out of bed to join us this evening. Absolutely. Lovely to have everybody in there in the chat room. I always like to give you one or two little shout outs as well, because it's always nice. Just quickly, Daniel Coburn with hi Daniel, thanks for listening to me on Saturday morning on FOSS 107. Doing a few more in a number of weeks time, but there you go. Steve Gardner's here, keep the likes coming as well. Kath Denny's here. We've already sent John Denny out to finish his book. Yeah, Dangerous Den, he's here again. He's really dangerous, he's here. Yes, it's that blinking pest from Charnwood Close, he said. Yes, I know. Listen, he's gone in big demand since he came and did his talk of a Burbage boyhood. They've booked him in Burbage. They want to hear it over there too. Well done, Dan. Ian Walker's back with us, so welcome back from your holidays. And also, Derek Price, only very quick. Oh, hello. Derek Price, very quickly, he's on his coffee break down in the George Eliot Hospital. So cheers, mate. Thanks for that. And Jan's not forgot tonight. Well done, Jan. Last week, we got halfway through the programme. We put a special programme on all four about rugby and she weren't here. Anyway, she's here tonight. Kay Norton's here. Mary Blake. Hi, Mary. Maureen Harris and Ray are here as well. And Alan Crops, so the Crops are here. Oh, yes, so you can see there's so many people here. Absolutely lovely. Yay, Saturdays, says Daniel Coburn. Yes, it'll be those. Actually, what it will be nice when we get those dark nights, when you do really feel like you're just going to sit in and watch the telly. And I understand that. But no going out Saturday nights. You'll be banned. You've got to stay in. Oh, hello. It's... hello. Kiwi. Absolutely. Every time. Steve Picker's here as well. Mr. Less Explore himself. Nice to know you're here, mate. We've got one of your noses coming up a little bit later on. Maureen Harris. You see, you can't please everybody, can you? I prefer Monday to Saturday. You just can't win, can you? Anyway, well, what you can do, Maureen, is you could play on our YouTube channel. Just play the latest edition on a Monday night. That way, see, you can pretend. Then you can actually still watch it. And we'll wish you a happy Monday evening on a Saturday. How's that? We can do all that, yeah. And as Ian Walker's just said in the chat room, his HDPP cap is well travelled. We love to see where our HDPP caps go. They go all over the world. And say Ian was posting pictures of his travels all round the Med and stuff. So it is a well-travelled cap. Well done, that cap. Hello to little Jane Brown and Tim. They're with us this evening as well as Kevin Beasley from Burbage, and Queen Bee is here, so we can start now. I know, yeah. Mushroom Man, do you do Hinckley Academy? I'll do anything for $1, me, you know me. Anyway, welcome to the programme. A nice little programme lined up for you this evening, which you'll be pleased to know. We're going over to Barrow tonight, as well as a noser and a few other little bits and bobs we're going to do. And of course, being a Monday night, and we've got to wear an Hinckley. We've also got an anagram. By the way, David Blow has obviously nodded off as well. He's started to nod off. It's his age. He can't help it. But he's normally on a Monday night, and it's either that or the Archers, one of the two. He's obviously with that there. So, with no further ado, first and foremost, let's have our very own anagram. Now then, done this one very quickly tonight, and what really annoyed me, actually, I made the anagram up. I said, here, have a go at that to Mrs. G. And, within a few minutes, she come back, got it. I said, how did you get that? She really has a way of annoying you sometimes. I hadn't even gave her a clue and she got it. And I thought, this might get a few people tonight. So, if you're ready, here we go. First of all, with our anagram question, as always, do not put your answer on the screen. If you get it worked out, you can put it in the chat. Just say, yes, I've got it. But remember, I might call on you to say, okay, then give me the answer. So you can't just say you know it and don't. Sometimes I might just call you to task. Right. Now then, let's go for it. So here we go then. There is your anagram for this evening. Caxton Jury snorts too. It sort of brings up all different sorts of, all different visions in one's head. Caxton Jury snorts too. There you go. It's a good one, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just leaving it on, giving you a little bit of a chance to get all the letters down in the right order. so you don't miss any. Caxton Jury snorts too. I'm not even going to give you a clue at the minute because Mrs. G didn't. Now, I'm trying to work out whether it was just sheer fluke she got this. Rearrange Caxton Jury snorts too. See what you come up with locally. That's what I shall say tonight. Just see what you can come up with locally. John's got it. Tell him to go and get his book done. John's got it. That's John. John, just go and get your book done. Get down that publisher. Honestly. Right. John Denny's now barred. Caxton Jury snorts too. And he knows what it is. It is pretty easy, actually. It has to be said. But let's see how we go with that this evening, okay? So that's the anagram question this evening, okay? But if you're no good at the anagram, don't worry. We have a Where in Hinckley, and this has been supplied nicely actually from Jeff Wallace. Thank you, Jeff, because it saved me a job today. Been a bit busy with one thing and another. Once again, with Where in Hinckley, do not put your answer what it is until we ask you to at the end of the programme. But if you do recognise it and know it, then you can say so in the chat room. John Denny, I got it before I sat down. Yeah. Some people, honestly. Okay, Where in Hinckley. Here we go. Listen, John Dennett got it. There we are. Subtle clue in there. But Where in Hinckley is that? It's a picture one today. An overhead picture. But there, you think, well, that could be anywhere. Look carefully. There is a subtle clue in there. Okay. There we go. So that's Where in Hinckley. If you think you know. Then, as I say, you can put in the chat room that, yeah, I know it. And, of course, we'll be running that through the programme this very evening. Okay, so that's Where in Hinckley. Subtle clue in there. Can you see it? I can. Dead giveaway. Right, okay, moving on. Okay then, first of all, let me just thank our sponsors this evening, as always, supporting Hinckley District past and present. Thank you very much, guys. Always much appreciated as well. And for any new viewers this evening, also, there's lots of good stuff with it that we offer you now. Key rings, badges, DVDs, posters, pictures, tea towels, oh, you name it, we do it, basically. And they're all available at Jasper's in Hinckley, or indeed, direct from us here at HDPP. I was saying, there's our little DVD collection. If you haven't got them, go get, because they are good. And of course, all money's raised go to our local good causes. Oh yeah, says Let's Explore, or Steve. The Where in Hinckley looks familiar to me. Wow, Steve, we are impressed. We are impressed at that. I can tell you we are. What a great week we've had here in Hinckley as well. For those of you, well, most of you tend to see the pictures on the group, of course. We had Feast Hinckley, or Hinckley Feast, or whichever way you want to do it. Either way, rammed over the weekend was Argentsmead, as it was throughout the week with the Snapdragon Festival. I think 10 out of 10, all the way for the people, for the Hinckley bid, and for the council for putting it all on, because listen, it was brilliant, absolutely. So full credit where credit's due. Well done, everybody there as well. Brilliant. Okay then, right, it's time for our first little feature this evening, and I promised you a trip to Barrow tonight. So while you're working on the anagram and while you're working on the Where in Hinckley, take a break, and we're going to take a look at Barwell Wakes this evening. Have a look at this wonderful film. Just for those of you that don't know about Barwell Wakes, it was a very traditional thing that ran for many, many, many years. And of course, we're lucky to have this footage. And it's really, really interesting. Earl Shilton used to have the Wake Week as well. This obviously is in Barwell. They're just coming out of Church Lane. There's Harvey House in the background. And I'm just going to let you sit back, enjoy the music and enjoy the pictures. That is, of course, Barwell Comic Band. And I think you'd all agree that it does look a lot of fun. Look at this, they're from the Barwell Comic Band, and obviously playing the ladies at football and stuff. And of course, this was taken in the 1970s. So a whole lot of fun there going on. And so the Barwell Wakes, the Earl Shilton Wakes, very, very big popular things, you know. But look at this, and the great grannies of the England football team ladies, as you can see there. And here we go with another Barwell Wake, and once again a different day, but here we are in Chapel Street in Barwell, and I'll describe one or two bits and bobs as they go by for you if you like. The scene itself still very much the same today, really, believe it or not, except we don't really have these things anymore. I can't remember when the last Barwell Wake was, but as I say, they were so popular and real big village event. Maybe you'll spot somebody that you know. Who knows, who goes by on these floats and stuff. Who knows? You never know. You might just see somebody, an old boyfriend, girlfriend, who knows? But I love looking in the background at the, the buildings that are, either still there or not there, as the case may be. Here's, it really is made. Oh, keep those likes coming as well, please, ladies and gentlemen. We like your likes. It's a dual thing, This is High Street, not Chapel Street, by the way. It's the water I'm drinking. I just thought I'd better make that correction now. This is High Street, of course, heading to Top Town. The old Shilton Pantomime Company of Humpty Dumpty, the forerunners to all the pantomimes over at the Concordia Theatre in later years, of course. And you'll also see lots of the Barwell comic band. It had got such a following, and they would go in every carnival and wake and stuff, all locally. And they used to just have a real good time. They'd have kazoos and all sorts of things to play some silly tunes and stuff, and that's just what made the fun. Back to the days when Barwell had a library. The old co-op wagons, the old lampposts, and of course the old coe. So in Top Town at Barwell, Umpatitty dumpatty, 1971, we've got a date. That was the year that the Earl Shilton Pantomime Company came over to the Concordia Theatre and took up residence there then. So I can agree with that very nicely too. I love seeing some of these classic wagons as well, aren't they great? And even some night photography here, because obviously the wake would conclude with a fair and stuff, and we seem to be lucky to actually see a bit of the fairground ride and stuff. Yes, Alan Kropp is asking where was the Barwell Fairground. That's a good question, Alan. Maybe somebody watching tonight can tell us where the Barwell Fairground was. It might have been down the Commons somewhere, actually. But I am just guessing. I'm happy to be corrected. And Dennis Perkins says, I used to go to the Barwell and Hill Shilton Wakes as a kid with the whole family. Fish and chips afterwards. It was a great night out. Oh, and Maureen Harris says, it's Stapleton Lane opposite the tip. Yes, of course it would be, Maureen. Thank you. There's your answer, Alan. The Barwell Fairground down Stapleton Lane. Absolutely. Oh, and then Jan saying it was down off Common Road. Well, I'll let you all fight over that one. And what do you think about these processions? Do you like carnival processions now? They've sort of not like they used to be. I mean, obviously, as we've said in many times before about the factories and the local community getting involved in these carnivals, of course, that doesn't seem to have the same sort of appeal nowadays, what with all the factories closing and stuff. So sometimes these sort of look a little bit, are they too old-fashioned now to do again? Or is there a better way to bring the community together and celebrate? Let us know. There we go. As we're coming to the end of this particular bit, as I say, it does sometimes see a little bit. I mean, everybody used to come out and watch the carnivals and the wakes and stuff. But today, when you try and put this in today's way, it's harder to get the roads closed and all that sort of thing. And we don't sort of do this sort of thing anymore. Is it what we're doing today? Is that better? For example, we've just had Snapdragon and Feast Hinckley. Do you think that's a better thing rather than a carnival procession? What are your thoughts? Let us know. Meanwhile, David S is saying, yes, the fairground was off Stapleton Lane where the Fairacre is now. So there you go. That, my friends, is Barwell Wakes and Barwell Carnival and stuff, as you can see. Really, really good. Okay, thanks for that. Lots of chat coming in and keep me informed while all that was going on, as you can see here in the old chat room. Now, listen, I just want to give another little call out to the staff of the Boundary Hotel who looked after Sue and myself very, very much, and I know that they're watching this, so willow. Right, okay, lovely. So, what's next on the group? First of all, let's go for Where in Hinckley, because poor Dangerous Dan says I haven't got a Scooby Doo. Right, Where in Hinckley? Let's put it on. Remember, don't put your answer on the screen, but look carefully. There's a subtle clue on there. That's a subtle and dangerous. Dan, you've got to know this. You've got to have been there as a kid. Come on, Dan, come on. So there you go. A very subtle clue is on that picture if you look carefully, and I think you'll get the idea where it is. Yeah, Ian Walker, I know. Yep, I know it too. Been there many times. It's a useful shortcut. Let's put it that way. Right, okay. And also, but the anagram seems to be far too easy this evening. And I thought it'd be good. I thought, oh, with an X in there and a W, that'll do it nicely. But no. You clever lot you are. I just don't know sometimes what to do for an anagram, but I have had some help from Jeff. Jeff Wallace sent me some the other day, so we'll be using those over the coming weeks as well. And of course, when we return to a Saturday night, 6 of the best returns proper, we'll have a general knowledge question in there, we'll have an anagram, we'll have a Where in Hinckley, and we'll have some local questions to make up the 6. So that will be coming back at the end of this month. Let's explore. Steve's just saying, come on, Danger House then. Even I know where it is. Then again, I might be wrong and make myself look daft. Well, listen, don't worry. It's all for fun. That's right, yeah. Jan Kirby. I've sent you my answers, Paul, on Messenger. Well, I'll have a look in just a minute. So there we go. Yep, I think it's far, far too easy. Right, just before we go for a nose there this evening, by the way, which we're going to do in just a moment, while we were down in the Boundary Hotel down in Torquay, it seems amazing. It's been a week since we come home. Where did that week go? Yeah, just like that. We spent many a happy evening, actually, on YouTube, not watching this rubbish, watching canal videos, particularly of the Ashby Canal. And I quite like watching some of those, and some of them are very good, very interesting, very informative. And so I just want to run this very, very short video. I've shown it before, only lasts about 3-4 minutes, but it's still fascinating and be great, and will be absolutely great when they reunite the two parts of the Ashby Canal, and you'll be able to go all the way up to Moria. Moria, wherefore art thou, Moria?
Recognise the iconic building behind us as Moira Furnace, but today I'm here with Steve Scotney, one of the Furnace trustees, and he's going to take us to another part of the site that's less well known.
Morning, Linda.
Good morning. Shall we go?
So we're completely earthed in,
Oh my goodness.
so they only really came to life.
So what are we looking at here, Steve?
Well, Linda, what we've got here is what's called a battery of lime kilns. That means a set of them built together, and they're built into the bank of the canal. The canal is just over there from where we are. They were built in 3 stages, so they're not actually as solid a unit as they might first look. The first one was the end one, closest to the furnace, and was built at about the same time as the furnace and the same time as the canal. They then built 4 more about 10 years later, not quite that much, and finally 2 on the end, which were built 15 to 20 years later. They're built to burn limestone to make lime, quick lime.
And how did they work?
Right, well, you need to understand the shape of them, which is a bit hidden from here. If you imagine an upside down goblet, quite wide at the top, there's probably about 10 foot across opening, and it comes down into a little grate, which is just behind here. These tunnels are access tunnels, so you can get in and out, but if you went in and round the corner, you could see the grate, and that's where they can remove the ash after burning. They layer the inside of the kiln. They'd have some brushwood at the bottom to get the fire going. Then they would have alternate layers of limestone and what they called slack coal or small coal, which is sort of tiny little lumps that weren't much use for anything else. That burns away and burns for a couple of weeks until all the fuel has gone. And what's left at the bottom is the ash, and that's called quicklime. And they would rake that out, and it had 2 different uses mainly.
You mentioned quicklime. What exactly is that?
Right, okay, yes, it's an expression they use. The quicklime is the ash that results from burning the limestone. 2 main uses I mentioned. One is for building mortar. It's used as the cement in mortar, and you'll often hear people talk about lime mortar in old buildings. The second is agricultural. Quicklime is really good at breaking down clayey soils, and as you know, tremendous amount of clayey soil around here. And also it neutralises acid soils. So those are the 2 main uses. Mixed with water, it forms lime wash, which in the old days a lot of farmers would use to paint the walls of barns and sheds as a disinfectant, really.
Isn't lime dangerous though?
Yes, very. Quicklime is highly corrosive, and I understand that the best lime, which they used for the building purposes, they used to hand pick. Quite how they did it and quite what kind of protective clothing they had in those days, I've no idea, but I gather they had a short working life.
So what is the connection to the furnace?
Right, well, I think it probably changed over time. I mentioned that the first kiln was the furthest one, nearest the furnace. And if you look at the dates, I think it was probably built to provide lime for mortar in the building of the furnace itself. But then it carries on after that as a parallel industry. And in fact, the Moira Lime Works belong to the Moira Colliery Company. But it's the demand, growing demand for agriculture that I think keeps the industry going. Also, the canal is right there. So it's the common factor really. You can bring limestone in by canal and you can ship quicklime away to other parts of the country. The canal was actually slightly closer in those days. It was rerouted at one point, just by a small amount, but it meant there was a wharf just above here. So they were dropping things off and loading things directly alongside the lime kilns. And this one, as you may remember, is the earliest one. And you can see it's actually a slightly different shape. It's more oval than round. But you can see quite how big an opening it was. And this is where they would have tipped in the alternate layers of small coal and limestone. The canal, I can just see it just through there. But as I mentioned, it was even closer originally. So you can see how convenient this was. And this was a wharf for the lime kilns.
Running alongside the lime kilns and Moira furnace is this restored section of the Ashby Canal. The canal opened along its entire length for the first time in 1804. It had taken 10 years to build. It was originally 31 miles long, running from Marston Junction on the Coventry Canal right up to Reservoir Pit on the Ashby Wolds. That's beyond what is now Conkers. It served the Leicestershire and South Derbyshire coalfields, connecting them with the main canal network and allowing them to send their coal out all over the Midlands and even as far away as London. The coal was carried in narrowboats, and these were operated by men, many of whom had their families living and working with them on board. Children born in the tiny cabins and growing up knowing no other home but the boat and very little chance to get to a school. Between the wars, this section of the canal fell into dereliction and disuse, even more so in the 40s and 50s. Quite a bit of it was filled in. But now, this section between Moira and Donisthorpe has been restored, and the hope is that eventually it'll be reconnected with the rest of the main line of the canal at Snareston. In the meantime, the Furnace Museum here offers its visitors boat rides in a modified working narrowboat, the Joseph Wilkes. But do check the website for operating times.
I love these little videos, isn't that great? All about Moira Furnace there. I know Maura Anderson, I remember her too. Okay, right, just get the microphone at the right level, Paul. Right, okay then. Now then, here's your last chance to either have a go at the aniogram, but most of you got it anyway. And where in Hinckley, which some people are going, oh, I'm not quite sure. But anyway, let's have one more look then, because then we're all going out with Steve for a nose air. Absolutely we are. Oh, let me just remind you that on Sunday afternoon, Hinckley District past and present will be at Hollycroft Park from 1 till 5. 1 till 5, it's their fun day, and we've been invited to go along in the pavilion. Woo, wipe your feet. In the pavilion, we'll have our displays there. We'll be selling some HDPP goodies, and we'll be close on hand for cups of tea all afternoon. And that's this coming Sunday. And of course, the weather is forecast should be a nice day. And so come along. If you're in the area, please come along, say hello. We always love to see all our members whenever possible. It'd be great, wouldn't it? Yeah. Right, now then, so firstly, let's have a look at the older aniogram. And like I say, a lot of you have got this, but for those of you that don't know, have a go. Just have a go. Caxton Jury Snorts 2. Just rearrange it, it'll give you somewhere local. That's as much as I need to say, really. And Well, that's it. I'm not saying no more 'cause most of you have got it anyway, but it's the wearing Hinckley that's got you going, isn't it? Yeah, you should know this. Even Mr. Noser thinks he knows where it is too. Okay, that's going to be interesting. But there is a subtle clue in that particular picture. When Jeff sent it to me, I thought, oh, well, it could be anywhere. And I thought, oh, no, I know where it is. I know where it is because there's a clue there. Yeah, yes. Anyway, good. There we have it. So there's your last chance to see it. Next time we do all this, we'll be asking for your answers as well. Right, okay then. So we haven't had a nosy for a good old week, have we? I know. It's all funny stuff, you know. But however, which just reminds me, because Jan Cope said, I can't be there on Sunday. She's always going out. She's always going out, that girl. There's no keeping her back, you know. She's out for a birthday lunch. Well, have a nice time, Jan. In Roberts, it's where my dad found his next door neighbour. Oh, right, okay. Good grief. Yes, okay then. That's obviously a long time ago. It's where my dad found next door neighbour, a gentleman that had passed away from a heart attack. Oh my word, trying to remove a tree. Good grief, round about 1946. Jan Kirby said, I spotted the clue straight away, where it in Clare. Aha. And Jan saying, I'm making up for 2 years not going out. She's never in. Never in, I tell you. Anyway, okay, it's nosy time. Now then, I'm delighted to say that we've got a nosy tonight, and we'll have one next week as well, because we're currently one behind. We're, as Madness say, we are one step beyond. So let's see where we're going to go. Steve's been doing really well on his noses, and this one, no exception. Please sit back, enjoy, and nose.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Mr. Nosy himself, Steve Picker.
Hello, hey up and hey diddling, my name's Steve, and once again it's a great big warm welcome from myself to Let's Explore. Right then, so as you can see, we've got, back by popular demand, everybody's favourite tribal elder.
Good afternoon everyone, or good evening, we're on an evening mission.
Yeah, a bit
today.
of a rarity for me and you, isn't it, Dave?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And not only that, it ain't just me and you here today, is it?
No. Special guests today.
Ta-da! We've got the pissed up priest, and we've got everybody's favourite head of hair, Rare Rob. Now the thing of it is, it's a bit of a, I feel very lethargic today. I'm sure you know why. It was Saturday night last night, weren't it? So I says to Steve, you best chauffeur me today. I fancied being chauffeured. But we're out here near Tilton on the Hill in beautiful eastern Leicestershire, and we're just having a bit of a random nosy, aren't we, Rob?
Yeah.
A random nosy. So we're going to see what we can see. Now we've got the old Great Northern Railway / London and North Western Railway to look at. We're known as Tilton Cutting, and in this area you'd actually got iron ore deposits. So they were mining and quarrying.
Iron ore what?
Ironstone. Oh. Iron ore what? What are you saying now? You know I feel lethargic. Go on.
I'm just saying iron ore.
Yeah, all right, leave me be. I feel a bit worse for wear today. Anyway, self-inflicted, do you know what I mean? Right, I'm on it now, professional. Right, so we're going down to this cutting at Tilton on Hill, just on the outskirts of Tilton. So we're going to see what we can see. This can be a no-frills video this week, I think. Do you know what I mean, Stevie?
Yeah.
You heard it here first. Right, it's all good.
It's an Audi video this week.
Hey?
It's an Audi video this week, not like the Marks and Spencer's ones we usually do.
Yeah.
We do talk some.
Yeah, we do talk some shit, don't we, to be fair. Right, so it's quite good at the minute because, of course, Steve comes out now and he's got this drone. I don't know if we'll have any drone footage today. I don't know if we can be bothered, can we? I don't know. Do you know what I mean? But now, Rare Rob's even got one. Yeah. So, yeah. So in a bit, it'll be like a scene from that new Top Gun film, Maverick, won't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have a gunfight.
Have you all seen that then? No.
Seen what?
The Top Gun film.
Well, they reckon it's good, don't they?
Yeah, apparently.
Anyway, this ain't a bloody film review show, is it?
Other films are available.
Yeah, other films are available. Come on, let's get on with it. Right then, so we're looking for this railway. And can you hear that? There's a bizarre noise. Maybe it's not the demon dog Black Shuck. I reckon that's a deer barking, Dave.
I hope so. Not that's being eaten by a bloody werewolf
No.
or something.
Can you hear it? That's bizarre. dog? What the hell is it? This is... I can hear some heavy panting. This isn't for show, by the way. This is real. I assume you've heard it. It must be a deer. But I can hear some heavy panting or something now. I think this is the railway down here anyway. But we're not going to go down this way. It's really overgrown. This is bizarre. Did you hear it? Yeah. No, it was like some strange animal sound.
Like it was a peacock or something.
No, it was more like I think it was a deer barking, because deer do this kind of bark. Do you know what I mean? Bizarre. Walking on this field here, and the farmer's left a strip here, and then he's got a crop over there. Now, as you can see, there's a red tinge to this soil, and that's because what we're walking on used to be an open cast quarry. So what there was a tramway system down to the main line railway down there with a tippler, and it's that tippler that's sat high up above the main line where they tip into trucks on the main line from the tramway. That's what we're looking for, but you know, unless you knew there were ironstone workings in this area, you wouldn't know, because I mean, just here, look, you still have got it scattered about. Now that's a really expensive building material. You know, if you were to build a house out of this stuff, it'd cost you an absolute arm and a leg. I can see the way marker up there, look.
We'll put it on the website.
But
this tree line looks interesting. Is this the railway again?
yeah, this is the railway, mate. So yeah, I mean, you know, a lot of this area from here and up around Melton, there's so much ironstone working's gone off up there in the past. There really is, and you're going to see a video on that in the future, actually. But it were all put back, all the soil were put back, and then just put back for arable farming use. It was like they were never here.
Doing it, it's going to tip onto this.
Yeah. Right, so I've actually made it onto this railway cutting then. So this was the Great Northern and London and North Western Railway. And of course they used the reds here. They knew that there was ironstone deposits, and they made a couple of little quarries round here, open cast quarries, tippler systems to tip onto it. But it makes a change to walk on a nice clean cutting, doesn't it?
Yeah, especially when the daughter was over there.
Yeah, it's actually a really big earthwork, this is, but I can't really show it you because it's really overgrown. But what you're getting today, in today's video, I'm not going to mess about with it, I'm not going to polish it. You're just going to get what you see in today's video, because it's a proper nosy, it's a proper explore, isn't it, Dave?
Yeah, this is what it's all about.
Yeah, and where are you going now? Yeah, it's alright, yeah, we'll wait. Yeah, we'll wait here, won't we, lads? Yeah, it's an amazing landscape, Dave, yeah. Yeah. It's alright. You ain't brought any shaving kit with you or anything, have you? I like that. Just while we're waiting
Before it
for...
gets to 5 o'clock.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on then.
Yeah, come on then, Dave. Hey, yeah,
Thank
well,
you for waiting, everybody.
yeah, thanks for waiting.
Much appreciated. We
Yeah.
might have missed something very important.
Yeah, really.
But we didn't.
Oh. Tell you what, Rob, do you like reading?
What, the Beano?
Well, anything.
So, you know, sometimes.
Yeah, well, I brought this book, you know, the other day. I brought this book the other day, right? And I fancied something different. I thought I'll read a horror for once. I like my thrillers, but I thought I'll get a horror.
Yep.
I'll try something different. Anyway, but I made the mistake. I brought it inside in Braille, didn't I? But although I couldn't read it, I could feel that something bad was going to happen.
Well done.
So, be a bit more. I thought it was quite good.
I wonder where...
Dave weren't interested in me gags, was he?
Nah.
Well, the thing is, it'd have been different if he'd have told us the joke, though, wouldn't it? We'd have all had to stood here and listen and laugh, wouldn't we?
And pretend clap.
Yeah, and pretend, yeah, one-handed clap. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, what you say?
There's a second level there, completely flat. We're following as well now, but it's slightly higher than we are here.
I wonder if that's a siding for a tramway. Yeah, we won't go and look at it. It's that overgrown. I won't be able to show the viewers that properly anyway.
Well, that tippler is on that level.
Yes, well, we are near it now, aren't we? So I quite like that joke, to be fair. I feel like a prat now, which I never said out.
We're going to have to turn back a little bit and get past it. Carriages
Right,
went on
so here we
and
are on this
tipped over the main
adventure,
road.
and we've actually found it now, this tipper, haven't we? But it's sort of it's overgrown, isn't it?
Can we not get on top of it, Steve?
There it is up there, look. So yeah, that's a good shout, getting on top of it. So yeah, that's where the tramway was coming in and tipping onto this railway here, so there you go, have a go. So glad that I brought my jeans now. I mean, to be fair, we had a lot of rain this morning, you know, but it's do you know what, it's pretty much bone dry again, apart from this wet undergrowth down here actually. And there you go, that is a tippler, beautiful red engineering brickwork. It's actually in really good nick, that is. Now there'd have been a bit of a chute here down onto the main line, but yeah, just look at that. Hey, oh bloody hell, fell down a bloody hole then, what's that? That made me jump. But yeah, there's one of these up at Holwell as well, very much the same. I bet the same company built this, same brickwork, same layout. Yeah, I like that, it's nice.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, it is nice, isn't it?
It's a great picture as well.
Yeah, it is.
You don't often see them, do you?
Right, so now I've just walked round the side of it. We've actually got the year it was built, 1950. Now I do know that iron ore was extracted in this area between here and the Melton area from 1880 to 1950 actually. So now whether this operation went into the 50s and 60s, I'm not really sure. I know around Holwell they were mining ironstone up in that area till 1950, so obviously this must be a bit different then. I wouldn't have thought they'd have gone to the effort of building this and then closing the operation in the same year, but then again you never know, do you? But yeah, fantastic stuff. Well, David, we found something else, haven't we? But is this quarry orientated?
That would be.
Big concrete structure over there. Now bearing in mind that tippler back there that we've just seen is 1950.
Oh, look at that. Okay.
So that's very interesting. What are you doing? Getting the drone up?
Yeah.
Yeah, just got to.
It's the easiest way up there.
There is buildings over there. Hey, look, there's one here as well. Look.
Oh yeah, there's one here as well.
Wow. It's a very interesting site, this then, isn't it? You can hear buzzing. It's Rob's drone. Fantastic. Right, so I don't know what this structure is. I'm assuming that it is something to do with the iron ore extraction down here. So it's not too overgrown actually. It's not too shabby down here. He says, standing in another hole, which I assume is a rabbit warren, part of one. So yeah, I really don't know on that. Yeah, it's something, isn't it, Dave? It's a fascinating little area this is, and it just shows you, goes to show what there is for you to discover in the undergrowth, doesn't it, you know? I mean, we're on top of the first tipper that I was showing you when we got down here. But yeah, there would have been a tramway here going off up towards the quarry. There was one on that side. I think there was one on the other side as well. But it's certainly very interesting. Nice, isn't it, Dave?
Incredible.
And here we go. Here's his tippler. So from the top, and Rob's new toy, like his drone. But you what, mate?
What would have happened? The wagons would have come here, took the stone down there, into a wagon.
Well, there you go. I didn't know that.
Obviously more than that.
Yeah, yeah.
Not just one piece at a time.
Well, good that way.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
I'm interested. That's definitely a bridge across.
Yeah, so there's another one of those concrete things there. So we think then, I've just showed you another one, which is down there, the first one I showed you. So we think there might have been some sort of bridge across. Do you know what I'm saying? So interesting that.
Across the railway, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm in two minds about this tippler system now, you know, because of course, you know, that tippler there, as we seen earlier, was built in 1950. Beautiful date stone on it. It's not very often you come across a date stone that modern on industrial premises, is it? I've never seen one anyway. But with this being a hard standing, I mean, this moss on top of it, it's so easy to kick off. This whole area here is a hard standing. And I'm wondering if there was actually a tramway here at all in 1950. Now, on the old maps, it shows a tramway. But now I'm thinking, with it being 1950, it's a more modern era, isn't it? You know, so maybe they had mechanical dump trucks, you know, diesel-powered dump trucks. And they may have been dumping, you know, just forward tipping dumpers, or the big large dumpers with a back tipper on it behind the cab, possibly, or lorries. Yeah, worth thinking about, isn't it? Right, so we've now walked around about half a mile, something like that, haven't we, Rob, I think? And all we've come across, I've never seen one of these on a railway before. It's an old railway shed. What did you call it?
I think caboose is what they call it, is it?
Caboose, yeah. Old railway shed, so we can't go in it. There's a lock on it. I mean, this track bed, it's been very well maintained, so we're obviously using these structures, but fantastic to come across. You know what? I know that they were used on railways, but I've never seen one on a railway, so really nice that. Just look at that. Nice little find, that. Just when I was starting to think we weren't going to find anything. Hey, are Dave? Old railway shed. Yeah, it's locked, yeah, so can't get in. Right then, so this video today, it really is so unplanned. I haven't planned any of it. We've just come out, Steve's come and picked me up, and we've said, you know, let's pick somewhere. So we've come here. I know a little bit about the iron ore mines, of course. So I'll be up there in a minute. Dave's pointing at me. I think he's seen something else. In fact, while he's out of shot, he's just said, how much further are we walking? I says, well, yeah, we don't know what we're going to see, do we? But anyway, we've come across this wall here. Now, you know, what is it? Is it a retaining wall? Steve said, is it a platform? It's not a platform, in my opinion. But look at this here. Bizarre. Why is it here? There's nothing on the opposite side. So why is that there? And this is the great thing about walking these railways. You just never know what you're going to find. You know, look at this. Beautiful wall. It was obviously clearly very important. Now, wow. Oh my God, I've just seen it. There's a beautiful bridge down here. That's what he was pointing at, weren't it? This is massive. This looks really epic, Steve. Is there? I'll have a look.
It stops.
What is there, mate?
Hey, look. Water channel.
Oh yeah, I can see it. It's getting really interesting, this is. So maybe they had water problems on this side of the railway and had to build that wall then. Don't know, because, yeah, water drainage channel. See it? Well spotted, that man. Show you this bridge. This is massive down here. That's a decent sized cutting now. So look at that. The size of that. Don't do it justice, this phone camera. Wow. Right, so I'm absolutely amazed by this bridge. This is the biggest single arch bridge I've ever seen in Leicestershire. Now maybe there is another one that exists, I don't know, but it's massive, this is. Even got the old cable hooks here, look. Fantastic. And on that side. Now what you didn't have on the other side of this bridge, which has just been pointed out to me, you did have those as well, by the way. Really nice buttress there. But on the other side of the bridge you didn't have this. So it's been capped with ironstone, look. That's really interesting. Now it's not like that on the other side. So why build it like that? I'm glad they have, because it's made it very interesting. But yeah, I've never seen a single arch bridge this big in Leicestershire. Now maybe there is one, I don't know. But I've not seen one yet from memory. Right, so we've got this little structure here. Could be a little coal store or something like that. I really don't know, but it's overgrown. Show you in here. I'm not going to go in. Yeah, interesting that. definite railway structure, isn't it? So we nearly turned back earlier, so it's become a bit more fruitful than what we first realised. Right, so what were you saying about turning round and going back to the car?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'll eat my words.
I'm fed up with this shit now, I am.
Join the war.
I don't tell you what he said, Marion. You were grounding him. But... Right, well, thank you very much for joining us on this little nosy. Totally unplanned, to be honest with you. And I've enjoyed it, Dave.
Oh, it's been brilliant.
Yeah.
As always.
Yeah, you wanted to turn back after 500 yards.
Yeah.
To go and get some Monster Munch, pickled onion flavoured Monster Munch, didn't you?
Yeah, I can't always be right though, can I?
Well, we never know what we're going to see, do we, when we're on these noses?
And look what we've just seen run down the hill.
Yeah, just seen a beautiful little muntjac deer. Anyway, it's a goodbye from myself. It's a goodbye
from me.
from Delighted Dave. It's a goodbye from the pissed up priest. It's a goodbye from...
Everyone's lock of hair.
Yeah, that'll do.
I tell you what, you've enjoyed that drone today, ain't you?
Yeah, it's been alright, yeah. Boys and the toys.
It was like the Battle of Britain earlier in the sky with these pair, with the drones racing one another. Anyway, I'll see you at the next thing. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
And there you go. And you can tell Steve was a little lethargic there, can't you? He was sort of not quite in the frame, if you understand. You know when you have them days when you don't feel like you've quite present? It looks like that, Steve. But you did good anyway, mate. People liking that one, as you can see in the chat room. And let me just remind you, by the way, in September, our September social night, starring Mr. Noser himself will be there. I'll be talking to him on the stage. We'll be talking about some of his favourite noses, how he got into it, and we'll have a question and answer session and everything. It'll be a great night. So that is September social night. Okay, so you can't say, oh, I didn't know. Yeah. So there you are, September social night, a night with Mr. Nosy himself. And that will, like I say, in September. Good. Okay, right. David Blow has finally joined us. Hi, Dave. It's all right. He's still in last year on his internet. And poor Dave. Because Dave, we were saying earlier on, actually, Dave Blow has not made it tonight, but he's listening to the Archers and stuff, you know. But you finally made it anyway. There you go. And people loving that anyway. Okay, it's time to start wrapping things up here on the broadcast this evening. And my word, let's go to Where in Hinckley. Now is the time, and I know a lot of you have got it. Where in Hinckley? Come on, put your answer up in the chat room now. And while I'm asking you to do that, I'll just leave it on the screen a few moments. Let's see who's first, because a lot of you said, yeah, I know where it is. So we're just going to give it a few moments. I'm doing Where in Hinckley first, Kevin. I won't bother putting the answer up to the anagram. Parsons Lane Bridge. Yes, you are absolutely right. Yes, it's Parsons Lane Bridge. Yeah, well done. Even Steve knew it. Yeah, you see. And if you look at the picture, ladies and gentlemen, you can see the railway going across the top of the screen. That was the subtle clue. Look, and here it is in the bigger picture. There you go. You can almost see our house from here. So, anyway, see what I mean? Dangerous Dan, you should know that. Just your backyard, practically. Yeah, everyone's getting it right. Yes, says Dan. I was right. Absolutely. There we go. Now then, do we really want the answer to the anagram, or shall we just go with Kevin Beasley? I mean, okay then. So yes, the six of the best is an anagram question. Caxton Jury Snorts 2. Yeah, Alan Kropp, Kevin Beasley, Norton Junkster Dwight Gross. Exactly right it is. Yes, and that's very, very good actually. But I just thought, oh, that's a quick one. I'll quickly do that one. But you're all too clever for your own good. So, never mind, Kevin. So there you go. We were looking for Norton Junkster Dwight Cross. Yes. So we'll have to do it. Yes, here comes the answers now. They're all coming in with it as well. Well done. Let me just put that on the screen as well so people can see. Those that haven't got the chat facility while they're watching it, you can see the answers there all going in as it is. So well done, Tim, Maureen and Jan and all the ones that had a go at that today. Quite good fun, actually. So I'm still going to have to think of some more places where I can I want to get a night when I catch everybody out. The bit of a thing actually that is, because when I do radio work particularly, but more so years ago when I was doing local radio, I used to love it if I could put a question out, a local question, and nobody got it right, because that keeps people going at it all the time until they almost get it right. And it's great. It's great saying, they haven't got to that one, but you lot are too clever. Alan Kropp says, I like the easy ones. Kev Beasley says, it's the very first time I've got them both. Yeah, you see? Just too blooming easy, that's what it is. Now then, just before we go, let me just remind you, Sunday afternoon, Hollycroft Park, it's the fun day. We'll be there in the pavilion, and it's there from 1 till 5. If you want to come along, say hello, see us. We'll have a few HDPP goodies as well, so come along. Should be a nice day as well. And Jennifer Richardson said, I couldn't get the underground, but I got Parsons Lane. I biked through there many times. Yes, absolutely. A great shortcut between Hinckley and Burbage. Absolutely all the time. So, well, I hope you've enjoyed the programme this evening. I certainly have. And apparently it's going to get a bit hotterer before it gets cool again, but they have said there might be a chance of a bit of rain. I think next week, actually. I think one of the forecasters was saying it might get a bit, but who cares? Anyway, hope you've all enjoyed it and everything. As I say, we'll be back next Monday night. I think we've got one more Monday night after that. Then we go back to Saturdays and the new format, the new look of HDPP for the autumn season. Yeah, looking forward to that. I hope you've all enjoyed it. Love spending my time here with you, because nobody else will. And Tim says, great programme, thanks, really enjoyed it. Yes, excellent. And thank you very much for all your kind words as well. So until next Monday night, remember to keep it HDPP and to keep it live. Till then, take care. Ta-da. Hello, fancy you coming back here. My word. Normally I'll go on this screen. Hang on a minute. Let's just a minute. That's back. Now, listen. Come here. There's more. This is the part of the you fool. This is the part of the programme. We don't talk about. And who would? I can't blame them. I wouldn't. Part of the programme we don't talk about, but we have one or two. We try and send you off to bed and end your day with a little chortle, little laughter. Yeah, and we try and do that. Because it's a bit of fun, isn't it? And we all need laughter in our lives. Trust me, we really, really do. So let's try one or two little chortles for you this evening, a few dad jokes for you, coming from the book that is the ever-famous, the world-famous Dad Jokes. Right, okay, are you ready? I always wanted to be a mirror salesman. It's just something I could see myself doing. That's a good one to start with, I like that. That is a good one. That's a good one. All right, it weren't that good. Okay, how does Bob Marley like his donuts? We're jamming. We're jamming. Oh, I love it. Goes on to say, I never make mistakes. I thought I did once, but I was wrong. dear. Oh, and it's sad news here at the Gardner household, because last night my pet mouse Elvis died last night. He was caught in a trap. I know. My buddy asked if he could crash on my sofa tonight. I had to explain to him that I was married now and that's where I sleep. I like that one. Two more. What did Cinderella say when her photos didn't arrive? Someday my prince will come. No? Oh. Finally, my dad attacked me with a vacuum cleaner today, yelling, Dyson! Oh dear. Hopefully see you Sunday afternoon in Hollycroft Park. It'll be great to see you pop in, say hello, and until then, yes, I'll get him some water for his hiccups. I look forward to seeing you on Sunday. And if not, next Monday night, 7:30. Ta-da.